say I'm trying to explain, when I'm trying to explain something. Okay, so that's the beauty of Playwright. And the reason why we have selected, let's say, opted for JavaScript is something the advantages with respect to the recent applications which are in the market. Okay, almost like all the, let's say, development project which are currently in industries. I'm talking about organization level, guys, is mostly built on Node.js. They are using Angular. There may be ABP. Like these are all the development framework, guys. Okay. So all this, whatever development framework people like developers are using, so Playwright has got a very, let's say, versatile support actually. Okay. If you want to work on web apps, we will be able to. If you work on mobile application, like I'm not saying APK files, I'm talking about the web responsive part of the mobile, obviously. So in that case also, Playwright will be having a vital role in terms of validation. Okay. So the script or the automation code which we will be kind of generating, that can be used, leverage its benefit in terms of performance testing also. Like there are several other tools also, guys, which is kind of the same JS script which we have created. We can kind of pass those script into our K6 tool. There is a tool, guys, which is maintained and managed by Grafana. Obviously, it is little bit high level, but just I'm giving you a background, giving you an insight that the reason of Playwright. Okay. And with respect to automation, what all basics will be required? That's I'll discuss quickly. I'll be sharing my screen now so that everyone can understand the curriculum. They can come up with your doubts, queries, questions, whatever thoughts they have. Okay. So I'm sharing my screen, guys, wherein I'll be talking about the course content with respect to manual testing as well as with respect to kind of automation as well. Okay. So I hope everyone can see my screen. I know that most of you are those who have got some insight on manual testing. They might be aware about some of the terminologies which right now I'm showing you. But yes, to be kind of starting from base like scratch, right? It is mandatory that everyone should be aligned on the same page so that everyone has the functional knowledge. Because guys, before you jump onto automation, you need to kind of have the confirmation that the functional flow is working fine. The functional validation, functional testing for that particular application under test is kind of signed off by the QA. Okay. So almost like all the QA folks who are starting their journey from like zero, they are kind of having this particular terminologies to be known. Okay, whatever I'm showing you right now on my screen. So introduction to software testing, wherein we will discuss various terms which we might come across in our regular basis. Like I'll say that, hey, have you raised the bug? Have you raised the defect? What is verification? What is validation? What is like what are the different quality attributes you have validated? What are failures, bugs? So all these terminologies you might hear very like frequently, right? So introduction to software testing, then we have SDLC, similar to like we have in SDLC we have STLC also. Okay, so SDLC as well as we will talk about the different phases a particular project goes into. Okay, over the period like before 4 to 5 years, everyone were kind of following actually waterfall models. Okay, so now waterfall model is little bit depreciated. Okay, now industry is kind of moving towards the agile methodologies, agile ceremonies actually. Okay, so how we are, let's say, aligned QA practice with the agile methodologies. Okay, that is very very important. All the organizations currently in the industries are kind of having the usage of either Rally. Rally is a kind of tool, guys. Jira, Confluence, X-Ray. So all this, like almost like all the kind of projects right now are kind of running into this particular tool, which is kind of following the agile practices, agile best practices. So we will cover our manual testing course along with our agile kind of like we will learn via like agile methodology only, because right now in today's like I would say today's last 3 to 4 month, almost like I would say all the projects right now is following the agile sprint process actually. We have the software development lifecycle, wherein we will obviously go a little bit on the theory part also, guys, because manual testing, I to be very precise, manual testing is more of little bit on the theoretical part, guys. Okay, you will get this content obviously over the, let's say if I try to make a document or something, I might get very easy today. Because of various LLMs into picture, such as ChatGPT, Gemini, Perplexity. So with the we will be kind of using those LLMs also, guys. Okay, because you need to kind of move along with the trend. Okay, today some of the organizations are kind of providing the free access to all these LLMs. Okay, which is making the manual QA work relatively very easy today. Okay, so that's the reason we need to kind of go with the current market trend. After that, we will talk about STLC, which is having almost like all the phases. Same phases we have seen over here also, guys. Okay, but this is from the development side, this is from the QA side. Okay, we will follow the same cycle, what are the different phases through which a particular a basic project, when it is considered from the QA standpoint, it will kind of move. Okay, from requirement analysis to planning to case development to environment setup, then execution, and then we will have the cycle closure. After that, we have various types of testing, guys. If you talk, let's say, there are more than 200 different automation, like different testing synonyms. Basically, like if you talk about this, we have Gorilla, we have Monkey, we have Ad hoc, we have system, smoke, sanity. All these are terminologies. Okay, so we will be talking about the commonly, let's say, terms used in our day-to-day activity whenever we are kind of working in our work area. What are the common terms being used and how to deal with those common terms? Okay, so testing is kind of broadly classified into FT, that is functional testing, and NFT. We are not talking about NFT, guys. NFT is totally a stream where people will be kind of opting for performance testing, security testing, let's say stress, secure compatibility. All this will come under NFT. Okay, we will be having our complete focused on the functional flow. After that, we will have the levels. What are the different level which we need to kind of compromise? Like we need to validate how to design our test case. What is the kind of cycle which is being followed for the defect, the particular defect whenever you raise, right? How the cycle is being followed, what are the different test strategy, test planning which we need to cover. Okay, because before kind of starting our test, let's say execution, you need to kind of make sure that your test plan is approved. Okay, so for that you need to kind of have some activity on the test planning as well as test strategy side. We have various deliverables, guys. Okay, deliverables means you might be kind of creating the BRDs. You might be creating, let's say, some of the doc file, some of the PDF file. So those PDF file will be something which is containing the test case, I mean QA related deliverables. That deliverables will be reviewed by your higher QA manager, QA person, who will approve your, let's say, business requirement document, functional requirement document, right? It may contain use case diagram, sequence diagram. It may contain, let's say, charts, mockups, diagram. So that is something in the requirement, let's say, analysis and the document part. After that, we have the execution flow, guys. Okay, i'll I'll have a quick demonstration also, like when a particular application is given to you, how you kind of create the test case, how you create, let's say, use cases, how you kind of create different scenarios, right? After that, we have the web apps, guys, web application testing, which is nothing but obviously client server architecture, which is being followed right, like currently in the market, almost all the, you can say project guys. Okay. We have the mobile apps testing, which is basic APK IPA file, APK for the Android, IPA for the iOS device. The functionality which is present in mobile web apps, guys, the same functionality should be present in your mobile APK also. Okay. So just to give you an example, we have, let's say, Make My Trip. Okay. This is an application which is commonly used in India for booking flight ticket and everything. So Make My Trip has its own APK file also, guys, and Make My Trip has its own IPA file also. Okay. So from the QA standpoint, you need to validate the web apps, you need to validate the mobile app, you need to validate the iOS as well as Android both. Okay, I'll give you an example. Okay, after once we complete this part, we have the DB part, guys, database validation. Database is something you might need the access. The DevOps team, or let's say the developer, DevOps team will provide you the access. You need to kind of have the clarity on basic SQL queries. Okay. So like select star from, like there will be few queries which you need to trigger, and you need to validate whether whatever data I have created, those are kind of reflecting correctly in the DB or not. If not, then you need to raise a defect or something, right? So you should have the clarity on the basic CRUD operation. We call it as create, read, update, delete. That is CRUD. So we will be having basic understanding on the database part, how to kind of run the SQL query, how to validate the data, which is in the respective tables. Okay. Very important API testing, because whoever is kind of doing the backend validation, they need to kind of have the clarity on one of the tool which is very popular called as Postman. How to kind of perform the API validation using Postman. Along with Postman, there are several other tools such as Bruno, such as SOAP UI, such as Ready API. All these are tools, guys, which are available in the market. Okay, out of which the Postman is one of the most popular tool for API backend testing. Agile related, what are the different Scrum ceremonies? What are Agile principle? What are 12 principles and 4 manifestos, which is being followed? And those who are having interest in performing the Scrum related activity, they need to have the clarity on the Agile ceremonies as well. Okay. Because you might have seen people opting for product owner role, Scrum master role. What is their role? How this role is defined, and what they are performing day-to-day basis in a 2 week sprint, 3 week sprint, 4 week sprint. That depends on the duration, guys. What are the different tools? As I told you, Jira is the most popular tool to like almost like 75 to 80% of the people organization right now in almost all the organization. Jira is at the highest, I would say. Okay, we have other tools also, guys. HPALM, Rally, other tools as well, but Jira has got the highest weightage. After that, we will be talking about some real-time use cases, guys. Okay, and how what are the different interview questions which is being asked from the manual testing. You can say content. Okay, like whatever we will be having. So this is the high level. I would say roadmap. This is high level syllabus, which we will be focusing on for the manual testing part. Okay. So as I told you, I'll be kind of talking about one real-time example so that everyone can relate how this manual testing is kind of, let's say any of the test case which I have created, how we will validate. Okay. So I was giving you an example of Make My Trip, guys. Okay. So I'll quickly demonstrate that. So this is the Make My Trip, let's say official URL. Okay. In QA or in this thing, technical, we call this as actually production URL. Okay. So production URL as in like this particular application is live right now. Okay. Like end customer can view this application. So when we will validate this particular page, guys, okay, there are more than 10,000 12,000, 15,000 test cases which can be written for this complete application. Okay. 10,000, I'm talking like this count is relatively less, guys. It will be more than that. Okay. So on this application, I'm just giving you one simple flow, okay, wherein I need to validate whether the make my trip logo is kind of showing correctly or not. And when you hover your mouse on this, we are able to see a hand icon, and on clicking, it will load the page again. That's it. Okay, I won't go in any of the option because all other options are relatively complex, guys. Okay. So on this, what I told guys, this make my trip logo should be clickable. It should be correctly visible. And on clicking, it should redirect back to me on the home page. That's what the functionality of this particular logo over here. So a manual QA will try to open this website. It will hover his, like he will hover his mouse on this particular logo. He will check whether we are able to kind of perform the click activity, and on clicking this is reloading the page, right? So this is called as the acceptance criteria. Okay, so acceptance criteria is met. So manual QA need to validate this in Chrome browser, Safari browser, Opera browser, Google Chrome browser, like all the very popular browser. He needs to validate this in mobile browser. He needs to validate this in iOS browser as well. Okay, that's what the functional QA will do. Okay, after that, this particular application will have its own APK file. When I say APK file, it is being used by the Android. So when you have the, let's say, production application install in your machine, you will try to click on the logo, whether it is happening or not. That you need to kind of write in the expected outcome. Okay, expected outcome and actual outcome, if it is matching, your test case is pass. Okay, so this is a small example, guys, which I have just presented in front of you with respect to one of the real-time, let's say, production URL, that is makemytrip.com. Okay, so this is relatively very small example, guys. Okay, if you consider the create account, let's say this particular flow will have more than 20, 50, depending on how complex the application is, that number of test cases. Okay, so manual QA will need to kind of create those use cases in a plain, let's say, proper structure, that is, let's say, template, which is provided in the test case template. And then you need to execute each test case, and then you will make a statement that yes, login or create account module is working fine on so and so browser. Okay, so you need to make that statement, guys. Okay, so each and every module, guys, whatever you see over here, the count of test case can be huge depending on the complexity of that particular flow. Okay, right now I am only on the flight section. There is hotel, villas, holiday, train, everything, guys. Okay, so that's the reason I told you 10,000 is also like lower number. The count of test case will be very huge, guys, because it's a huge application which is kind of popular in India. Okay, perfect. So this is the overall functional manual testing course content, guys, which we are kind of going to discuss in detail. Okay, once we have, let's say, everyone are comfortable with all the terminologies, everyone are confident enough in kind of writing the independent test case on their own, understanding the scenarios, understanding the use cases, the coverage should be very high, guys. Okay, there should be no bugs in the production. That's what the statement we make actually. But still, like 100% QA is not possible, guys. There may be some customer bugs. Okay, but still, we will make sure that our coverage is 95, 98%. Okay, 100% testing, or 100%, let's say, bug free product is little bit, like right now it is impossible. Okay, but still, from our side as a QA folks, as a QA, this thing we need to kind of consider this in like very very this thing, we need to kind of consider this uh, important, guys. Okay, so this is the overall syllabus for the manual cycle, like manual testing. Okay. So anyone I'll be obviously jumping on to automation coverage, guys, quickly. But before that, if anybody has to add anything, please put your queries, questions in the Q&A part whenever you have any kind of doubts with respect to the manual testing course content, guys. Perfect. So, Jagdish, can we move on to the automation?
Yes, Vikas, we can move to automation.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. So, guys, before jumping on to automation, it is important that we need to make the application stable, guys. Okay. So when I say make the application stable, you cannot start the automation right away, guys, unless and until automation is not manually tested, right? We cannot kind of give the go ahead for writing the automation script. Okay. So the prerequisite for automation is that we need to make the application stable. It is the basic flow, basic scenario should be working fine so that you guys can start with the automation script writing. That's what the prerequisite is. So automation, for writing the automation, guys, what you need to consider is you will be obviously having the logic of selecting the frameworks. Okay. So when I say framework, guys, I am talking about, sorry, I hope my screen is visible.
Yes, Vikas. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So we will be kind of selecting the automation tool first of all. Okay. So in our case, I have already meant that what are the advantage of Playwright, why I am opting for Playwright, and when you will start the automation. That's the basic questions which is being asked in the interview also, guys. Okay. When you will start with the automation strategy, like, so whenever, let's say, the application is ready. Okay. So you will be kind of starting with the automation practice. I would say introduction to, let's say, Playwright. Oh, now selecting the programming language, right now we have opted for JavaScript. Okay. The reason is if you take the data, which is the most popular, like Playwright is supporting total 5 programming language actually. Okay. Two of them belongs to Node JS, which is TypeScript and JavaScript. And the other 3 programming languages Python, C Sharp, and Java. Okay, like .NET, Java, and Python. But the current market, I would say the current data, if you gather from the internet, right, you will see that the weightage of JavaScript will be at the top, guys. Okay, that's the reason I have opted or I have selected Playwright with JS. Okay. Now, as I told you guys, again, I'm repeating, before starting automation, you need to have a prerequisite of manual testing concept. You need to confirm that your application is stable in terms of functional flow. That's the 2 major prerequisite. Okay. Then we can jump on to the automation script. So here we will start with the JS, that is JavaScript. And obviously all will be having a query that, hey, I am having a fear of program. I'm having a fear of, I have not written any of the code in the past. I'll be writing for the first time. That is totally fine, guys. Okay. So you will be starting from scratch. As you can see this context, guys. Okay. It will be like very, very basics, how we will open the editor, kind of write the code, how to run the code. Okay. We will have real-time example, guys. Okay. I'll be quickly like, I'll showcase how we are kind of writing the code, how this code, let's say once it is written, how we will run this code. Okay. So it will be a real-time program I'll be writing. At the same time, if you guys feel that you also want to kind of have it, you guys can also kind of write at the same time. Okay. So, but yeah, overall you will have the clarity on each and every line which is being shown. Okay. So I will be following a real-time programming practice. Like at the same time, you guys can also kind of let's say somebody are following the recording session, like recorded session, they will be completing at the end. Somebody like at the same time, they are kind of preferring to write the code. Okay, it's totally depending on you. Okay, so we will have the real, the point I'm here making is like you will have the real time programming activity, guys. Okay, at the same time, you can write the programs. All the programs will be real time, guys. Okay, like I'll be writing and you will be kind of uh, the screen will be, let's say I'll be running it, understanding the output, how the reports is getting generated, everything will be real time. Okay, now playwright with JS will be broken into two major component. One is, first we will have the clarity on the JavaScript fundamentals. Okay, because you need to have the clarity on JS language, guys. Okay, once the JS language is having like almost like everything is clear from the coding perspective, because obviously like a lot of things you need to kind of make sure it is clear. Uh, see, JS is a huge language. Okay, I'm not saying it is very easy to understand within 10 days or 15 days. Okay, because JavaScript is being used by developer also. Okay, and JavaScript is kind of every weeks, every 15 days there will be new concept, new let's say versions, new advanced topic will be getting added to it for sure, guys. Okay, so from the automation point of view, do we require that type of skill set? The answer is no. You need to make sure that whatever your application, let's say, and under a test, whatever you are validating, guys, okay, and with respect to that, whatever JavaScript concept is required, that is more than sufficient. Okay, because I would say JavaScript is huge, guys. Even Java is huge. JavaScript is also huge. To understand complete JavaScript, it is more like you are moving yourself into a full stack developer or something. Okay, we don't want to kind of jump into that domain. We need that knowledge which is required by Playwright tool, guys. Okay, because Playwright will support that particular functionality which is required from the automation script, whatever we will be creating. Okay, so that's the reason, don't consider, let's say we will have the complete JS knowledge. The answer is no. Whatever is required from the automation point of view for the web apps, we will cover those topics. Okay, so basic core topics you can see here: data types, operators, you can see array and array methods, objects, how we are kind of creating the promise, what's the difference between async and await. Why Node.js? Okay, because see, JS and TS, guys, they are the two pillars in the Node JS, guys, Node JavaScript. Okay, so again, the advantage of JavaScript is that those who have learned JS, very like 70 to 80% is similar to TypeScript actually. Okay, so those who got the understanding on JavaScript, they will have almost like 70 to 80% got the skill set of TypeScript also. Okay, 20 to 25% here and there, you need to have some different structure or syntax when it comes to folder structure part of automation, guys. Okay, after that, we'll talk about Playwright architecture and the core concept. What is browser? What is context? Page? What are the different methods? After that, we will have a detailed discussions on locators, guys. Very, very important topic, locator, because when it comes to automation, guys, you need to have the clarity on what you are identifying over the web page, what operation you are doing on that page, and what validation you are doing on that, right? Based on that, your test case will be passed. After that, we will have the actions which is applicable on the web element. As I told you guys, just now I gave you an example. When you visit this application, what you are doing? You are validating this make my trip logo is present. If it is present, yes. Is it clickable? Yes. So two things are done. My test case is passed, guys. Okay, that's what we are doing manually. So same like we will do via automation. We will write a script which will do this action. Okay, that is coming under like mouse actions, whatever, let's say keyboard action, mouse action, right? We will be kind of doing with the help of automation script. After that, very, very important, guys, assertions and validation. I'll just give one-liner statement to assertion and validation, because whatever action you guys are doing over here, right, it is not being validated. So you have visited the home page, you can validate the title, guys. What is the title over here? The title of this page is make my trip hyphen hash one travel website 50% off on hotel and flight. Okay, so the title, you can kind of capture this title and you can validate. So validation is called assertion, guys. Okay, so you have loaded this page, whether you are able to see flight, hotel, villa. So that is assertion. You have loaded this page, you are able to see search bar. That is called assertion. You have loaded this page, you are able to see login or create account. That is called assertion. Okay. So very, very important topic, guys. Assertion is must. Okay. Unless and until you don't add assertion, there is no point of doing the testing, guys. Okay. Because assertion will confirm that your test case is pass or your test case is fail. Okay, we'll have the wait mechanism, as in sometime the website is taking too much time to load. Sometime when you try to search the flight, it is taking, let's say, little bit of time to get the data. So all this comes under wait mechanism, guys. Okay, handling special UI component, those who have worked on the like in the past, that is manual testing or something, there are various frames, guys. Okay, when I say frame, so here when I click on login, guys, you can see this is a pop-up kind of structure, right? So you need to handle this in little bit different way. Okay, it is not like a web-based pop-up. It is having some, let's say, it may be embedded iframe, it may be overlay iframe. Okay, that we need to understand through the code, and then you need to handle such type of pop-up, guys. Okay, so that is something called as handling special UI component. Okay, after that, you need to handle the advanced playwright feature. Okay, how we are mocking the API response, what are the network inspections, okay, how we are kind of storing the local storage, session storage, geolocation handling, permission handling. Okay, like geolocation handling, permission handling is something like you guys are aware that Facebook is inaccessible in China. Obviously, Make My Trip is also inaccessible in China, right? Almost all the website which is kind of being used globally not accessible in China, right? Because China has its own, let's say, portal to kind of have it, right? Similarly, the China website, which are kind of popular in China, right? They might be inaccessible in other part of the region, right? That is called as geolocation validation, whether that website is working fine or not. Okay, most of the website you guys might have seen over here, the language section, guys. You can load the like you can load this particular website in different regional international language. Okay, so that is something again a part of your QA part, guys. Okay, so here we are able to kind of perform those type of testing as well. Okay, so till this particular point, right, the first point is we need to have the clarity on JS. Once JS is completed, right, JS understanding is completed, then we'll move to the features of Playwright. And after that, we need to have the clarity on the frameworks, guys. Okay, because there are a lot of frameworks which are kind of popular in the market, and the most common framework which is being used is called as page object model, guys. Okay, we will be following a pattern. This pattern will be called as page object model, which is very easy to use, very easy to understand, very easy to maintain, and you will be having a detailed understanding that this page is linked with this page, and this page has so and so functions, so and so test cases. So the clarity will be very clear that how these are interlinked. Okay, so you will have a clear understanding on that part. We have a one more model, like one more way of writing, that is called as Cucumber. Okay, so Cucumber is a kind of very popular framework. If you Google it, you will get a lot of data over the Cucumber, because it is being followed in Selenium, it is being followed in Cypress, Playwright, Catalan, various tools, guys. Okay, so Cucumber has a standard structure of using given, when, then, and. Okay, these are the keywords basically. So the language which we are writing our in Cucumber, there is a concept of feature file, right? So in feature file, we write in a plain English language. So when I say plain English language, I'll just give an example. You are launching this Make My Trip, right? So in Cucumber, we kind of write like this. Given a user launch the website in the browser, user navigates to makemytrip.com and user launch the home page. Then user clicks on Make My Trip logo. Okay, so this is the language which is being used so that it is very easy for any layman to understand what is this scenario doing. Getting my point? So that's the advantage of this particular framework, that is Cucumber, guys. Okay. So again, whether we will follow both, the answer is yes. Page object model, it's an independent framework. Cucumber, it's an independent framework. You can merge both of them as well. So we will have the let's say Cucumber framework along with page object model. That's what my, let's say, my overall framework will look like at the end. Okay. So this is totally, I'm talking about the UI part, guys. When I say UI, I'm totally focused on the visibility, like the content which is visible to me, like UI logic, right? So we will have one more, obviously, testing, right? That is called as what? Backend, that is API testing. So now whatever we have done, right, that is for the UI component. Same we will follow for the API as well, guys. Okay. So for API, same thing. Whatever you have seen the CRUD operation, that is get, post, put, patch, delete. These are called as the API method, guys. Okay. So we need to automate those APIs as well. Okay. So we will have almost like 4 to 5 framework, out of which 3 framework will be for UI, 2 framework for the API. Okay. So Playwright has various this advantage as well. Like we can handle the data in the form of JSON, CSV, Excel for obviously parameterization, guys. Okay. Parameterization as in you are trying to load application with different set of test data. After that, you will see that we will have the configuration part also. Configuration means like you are running your test case on several environment. Okay. Because right now I'm showing you directly production, guys. Okay. Obviously, like deployments never happens directly on production. Before production, there will be something called as qa.makemytrip.com. So this particular environment is called as QA environment. Okay. Before that, we will have dev.makemytrip.com. We don't know the name, guys. I'm just giving an example. So that obviously it goes step by step. If everything is working on dev, people will deploy to QA. If everything is working on QA, will deploy to higher environment. Okay. So there is some naming convention which is being followed by the obviously Make My Trip organization. We don't know that, right? So every organization is maintaining around 3 to 4 environment, obviously to make sure that things work fine on the production environment. That's the whole logic, is like this is what is being followed across all the industry, guys. I'm not saying about single organization. Every organization is following the same practice. After that, we have the configuration part, guys, which will be kind of coming when we install configure Playwright for the first time. You know that screenshots and videos plays a vital role in our automation as well as manual testing, right? You will say that I have raised the defect. It is defect as per me. Okay, as a QA, you know that this is a defect, but the developer will deny the fact. He will say, no, this is not a defect. Then what is the proof, guys? The only proof is the screenshot. The only proof is the video, right? So you will attach the complete video, what steps you have followed, and you will write the steps to reproduce. So that's the important part, guys. Whenever you raise defect or let's say issues, bugs, right? You need to provide those detailed evidences also. Otherwise, developer will never agree to the fact that, hey, this is an issue. Okay. Next is report, guys. Report is something which is being followed basically like Cucumber report, complete HTML report, which has how many test case you have executed, how many got passed, how many got failed, how many got skipped. The report will contain the detail about that. Okay, if the test case got failed, there will be attached video, there will be attached screenshot, so that that report you can share it with across all the stakeholders, guys. Okay, whoever is, let's say, at the higher management, you will be able to share with them. Okay, that's the main motto, like main reason for report. The report will be generated on daily basis, weekly basis. That depends how you configure, guys. Okay, I think we have discussed about API testing, and we can integrate the DB validation as well. Okay. So when I say DB validation, you don't need to kind of manually go to DB and check whether this record is created or not. You will be integrating that in the playwright itself, and you will be able to kind of assert whether the record was created or not. Okay. Cross browser and cross platform. You know that in US people are using almost like Safari browser. Like most of the people are using Safari browser. In India, people are using Google Chrome. Okay, so the cross browser, cross platform means, right, your application should be compatible with Windows, Linux, Mac, whatever operating system you are using. Second, your application should be compatible with all the browser, guys. Okay, whether it is Windows, Chrome, Windows, Firefox, Windows, Safari, whatever it is, guys. Okay, it should be compatible. The look and feel should be compatible. The screen resolution should be compatible, right? Right now, I am having this screen size, right? Tomorrow, those who are having a higher 22-inch, or let's say 39-inch, something type, that type of screen. So your complete content should be adjusted to that particular screen. So those type of testing, we call it as cross browser, cross platform testing, guys. CI/CD integration, very important, guys. We will be talking about how we are creating the Jenkins file, how we are creating the GitHub action file, how we are creating the YAML file. Okay, there is a file called as YAML, YAML. So that is something which is running your test case automatically over the night or something, right? Because team will not be available. So automatically, if you want to trigger your test case at 2 a.m. in the morning or something, right? We can kind of control that also. So that when you come to the work, you will see the report, how many test case got passed, how many test case got failed. So that something is called as CI/CD part, guys. Continuous integration, continuous development. So we need to kind of set up such a file which will be running your test case automatically over the weekend, over the weekdays, but late in the night or something like that. Okay, that is also possible. That is called CI/CD integration. And the whole things which we are going to cover is will be in Agile, as I mentioned earlier also. So all the Agile related ceremonies we will be kind of focusing very this thing detailed. Along with this, guys, I need to make your attention for like LLM, Playwright, MCP also, guys. Okay. Why I am focusing more on that part? Because right now, almost like all the editor which are kind of popular in the market, almost all the editor are having the LLM features. When I say LLM features, you should be, let's say, cleared on prompt engineering, something called as, you will be writing a prompt which will make your life easy in terms of writing your automation script. Okay. There is something called as Playwright MCP servers. Okay. So you will be able to create your AI server which will be generating the code for you for the XYZ scenario, whatever scenarios you have, right? If you want to generate the scenarios, you can create your agents, guys. Okay, that will be done using Playwright only. Okay, so there is something called as Playwright MCP, which is very, very popular right now in market. And it is officially provided by Microsoft only. Okay, it's nothing like some third party, guys. It's an official Playwright MCP server which is very popular, and this Playwright MCP server is helpful in generating. Those who have heard about RAG, there is RAG, there is LLM, there is prompt engineering, there is LLM part with agentic AI. So all this component is having a very good support along with Playwright. Okay, that's the reason This is another reason, guys, why we have chosen Playwright over Cypress and Selenium. Okay. Right now in the market, there are various editors which are available, such as Cursor. You can see the name of the editor over here, guys. This Cursor has the AI capability. Okay. So we will be like this will make our life easy in terms of writing the automation script. And obviously we will face little bit of challenge because those will be generated code. You need to modify your code based on your scenario and try to trigger or run those in the respective environment. Okay. So this will be part of our curriculum as well. Perfect. And over the like at the end, we will have minimum 5 framework, as I already mentioned, out of which 3 will be more focused on the UI flows, okay, and 2 will be focused on the API level. Talking about the application URL which we will be considering for our project, guys, it will be more of one will be from the banking side and one will be from the e-commerce side. Okay, so which we will be kind of considering for creating our end-to-end project, which will have almost like minimum 20-25 test cases, which will run on CI/CD process as well, which will generate the report also, and you will be able to analyze that particular report as well at the end. Perfect. So I hope everyone are having the better clarity in terms of whatever I have, let's say, explained with respect to course content, course syllabus. If anybody is having any kind of doubt, queries, questions, please put it in your Q&A section. We'll be happy to answer those queries, those questions. Perfect. So I think I'm good. Over to you, Jagdish.
Thank you. Thank you, Vikas. Let me change the view to, yep. I hope you guys can see me. Just let me know if you can't see me. Yep. Right. Thanks, Vikas. Thanks for the detailed walkthrough of the both manual testing and automation testing curriculum. As I mentioned at the beginning, you can either ask your question in the Q&A section, you can type your question, or you can raise your hand. So I will invite you to speak. You can unmute and ask. Either way is fine. Um, I would like to show one thing. By end of this whole manual testing and automation testing training, you will receive total 4 certifications. One is software testing fundamentals, which will cover completely manual testing part. And another one is API testing with Postman. And another one is automation testing with Playwright, obviously. And the last one is Agile Scrum. We'll also conduct separate, Vikas will anyways cover Agile methodology on the high level. We'll also cover 3 to 4 weeks of separate Agile Scrum for everyone at the end of the course, and we will issue a certification. So you'll get 4 course completion certifications, which you can add to your LinkedIn. I will show how you can add, how does our certification looks like. Let me share my screen. I will also share this video in WhatsApp channel. Um, okay, I think yeah, just give me a minute. I'm sharing the screen. Okay, I have multiple tabs opened. I need to find my tab, which I'm going to share. Meanwhile, uh, just give me a minute. Yes, now I can share. Hope you can see my screen. So you will receive a certification from Certifier. Certifier is the certification distribution application that we use internally for SITA.dev. Soon you will receive a mail from Certifier, something that looks like this. As soon as you get it, you just click on view credentials and you will be landed on this page. This is your certification page. You can download your certificate, maybe print it, or maybe just share it in social media. You can also verify the credentials, or if you share this link with someone, they can verify these credentials of this certification. But the best part is you can just directly click on this, and then it will open your LinkedIn and directly add it under your license and certifications. Just make sure you logged into your LinkedIn, and the credential ID is added automatically, the URL is added automatically, and the month and the title and everything, even the organization issued, everything is added automatically. You can add the skills. You can go to your certification page and find the skills that you see, or if you think you have learned some other skills during this workshop or boot camp, you can also add those skills. And if you have any media, you can try to add that too. And that's all. If you have any questions, or if you need any help, or if you didn't receive your certification, please feel free to contact me, or you can find Academy at SITA.dev. You can write a mail to that. As soon as you receive the form and filled it within a couple of days, you will get the certification. Yeah, so that's a little bit about certification. As I said, you will receive 4 certifications which you can add on your resume and LinkedIn, and they are all verifiable certifications. The course is starting from tomorrow, and we are only considering evening batch for now. So if you can join 5 p.m. IST, it doesn't matter where you are in the world, you can join anytime, just adjust the time zone as per the time. I think US East, US Pacific, and Europe have different time zones, obviously. People are also joining from UK, Australia, and Malaysia, and some other countries. So for us, it's very difficult to give the time zone that suits for everyone. So for now, 5 p.m. IST is fixed. We also have a morning batch, 9 a.m. batch, but it completely depends upon running that batch based on the number of people interested in that batch. So it's very simple. You can go to our website, stockholmitacademy.com, and then you can pick the manual testing, automation testing, or both. If if you are serious about career in software testing, I strongly recommend you to consider taking this, which is I think 49 euros, 48 euros less if you take it together. I forget about the price, it's not the primary criteria. But what you can do, you can learn manual testing and start looking for the jobs, and as soon as parallelly, you can also learn the automation testing, because almost all the companies ask for automation testing. But if you're not interested in coding, if you don't want to enter into programming side, that is also completely fine. You can learn manual testing, both software testing fundamentals and API testing with Postman, and you can also try job with that. In my previous webinars, I already explained, like, out of 100 testing jobs, if you learn manual testing, you may have 50 to 60 jobs. But if you learn automation testing, you can apply for 100 out of 100 jobs. That is the only advantage, but you will still have 50 to 60% of the market share in the job market. So there is nothing to worry for those who don't want to enter into coding side. But if you're not afraid of coding, and I can 100% assure you that Vikas will cover in such a way, you don't have to have any prerequisites, no computer science background, nothing required. So you can start with a fresh mind. He will take care of everything. You might have observed how calmly and patiently he explained everything in 1 hour. The everyday sessions will also be like that. You can also listen to the testimonials on our Instagram. Everybody is super happy, and everybody leaves with a very strong technical skills. And we will also cover some other soft skills like how to get a job, and a little bit mentoring about facing the interviews, etc. So if no coding, no programming, start with manual testing. Or also, if you're afraid of whether it's good for you or not, if you're in doubt, if you're unsure, I would recommend just start with manual testing. Within a month, you will get clarity. But if you already decided, if you fixed your mind to enter into software testing career, take this. Just go to stockholmidacademy.com and then click buy and enter your email, phone number, and full name. So please enter your name, your email, and your phone number here while making the payment. Uh, Please enter your WhatsApp number here if possible so that we can actually reach out to you and add you into the groups. It will help us. It makes us our life easy. Otherwise, we can still contact you via email and then ask your WhatsApp number, some other stuff, and then add you into the groups. We will add you into a private WhatsApp group where we will share all the class links and material and some other stuff. We'll also share a Google Drive link with you to your email that you give here. So you will get access to all the study material and recordings, etc. That's it. That is about how to join, and classes are starting from tomorrow. Let me stop sharing and then let me share the link in the chat, the Stockholm IT Academy link in the chat. Now we will take questions. Okay, so we first go with people who raised hands. Okay, Shilpa Parna, allowed to talk. Yes, Shilpa.
Hi, good morning, Miss Jagadish. I'm from US. I was just going through Instagram and found this, and the training curriculum, whatever I heard, was very nice. I'm familiar with manual testing, but not sure about this automation, though I learn. So, may I know if I could get anything like placements or assistance, or I would like to ask you if you provide any in-home or in-house projects just to work on. Like that. Since I'm from US, and I know it's Euro based or something. Yours,
Yeah.
so just asking.
Yeah, sure. So, yeah, I
Uh,
think were you the one who asked in the chat also the same question?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
I
So
was having
regarding
this. Yeah,
no problem, no problem. I understood your question. Regarding placements, it's very difficult for us to confirm whether we can provide placements or not. Also, as I said, we have admissions from multiple countries like UK, US, and India, and even Europe also. So for now, for this batch, we are not giving any promise, anything about placements at all. But that is something we parallelly do, at least in Sweden. We try to reach out to companies and we try to send our students and trainees profiles and we try to ask. But
got it.
yeah, but what I observed as a mentor personally in the last like 10 years is so the success rate for a average student or trainee, even if you take the biggest institutions in the world, when it comes to placement, only the top 5% people will get those placements. The remaining 95% will never get the placements. So let's say even if we have placements, it is not possible for 100 out of 100 students to actually grab those placements because whatever the companies that come, they will just come and pick the top talent, and after that, that is over. That is over, and the next batch will come. So what I can guarantee, because that's why we are not really excited about the placements. We do try. We do have at least in Europe, we do have some companies who offer internships and some other references. We can get the interviews to the students. But what we promise is, what we can guarantee is, after finishing this course, you will have strong technical skills and strong interview facing skills, and you can get a job on your own anywhere in the world. It doesn't matter US, UK, Europe, Canada, Australia, India, it doesn't matter where you are. You will get the technical skills and the confidence to face the interview. All the soft skills like writing resume, cover letter, managing your LinkedIn, etc. That is what we promise. We will give you all the tools that you need to get a job on your own. We will make yourself as a professional. The transformation is guaranteed from our.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah.
And also, I'm not a fresher actually. It's been like 15 or 17 years I finished my master's, and
Okay.
I have never worked. So I'm just trying to look forward to work again. So I'm just going through all these right now. So
Yeah.
yeah,
So
that's the
if
reason.
yeah, if you are in US and if you have finished your masters and if you have a long career break, I strongly recommend just start with manual testing. The price is, as you can see, just 149 euros. You would spend anywhere if you go outside with family one weekend, you would spend more than that. So take a chance. This is what I recommend. Take a chance and see it yourself. And in your resume now you can put I'm a software tester, and Vikas will anyways give you a couple of projects. You will do actually hands-on projects. It's not theory. You will do practicals. In the interviews, I will tell you how you can introduce yourself, how you can answer, and how you can answer all the technical questions and behavioral questions. Go and try, do a couple of applications. See, in 3 4 months, you might have a completely different profile, and maybe you'll also get a job in 6 months. So we never know. But if you don't take the chance, if you think it's been already, you said 15 years, another 10 15 years will also pass, but nothing will happen.
Yeah.
So take a chance and try.
Yeah. Thank
Yeah.
you so much, Jagadish, for answering. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll just look into it and we'll let you know if anything from my side. Thank you so much.
Sure. Okay. So we have okay, Dinesh. I know what question you're going to ask. Let me allow you to talk. Hey,
Yeah,
Dinesh.
hi, Jagdish.
Hello, hi.
Yeah, Jagdish, I have two questions.
Yeah.
One is the certification part.
Yeah.
So once we're done with the courses, right, you will be providing the certificate separately for manual test cases, for manual and for automation. Because currently I'm in testing part, so that's why I have a question regarding this one.
Yes, you will get 4 different certifications. One, software testing fundamentals. Two, API testing with Postman. Three, automation testing with Playwright. Four, Agile Scrum. Because these four are completely separate. Though they are all part of testing, they are separate. So you get 4 separate certifications. Each module, as soon as it is finished, you will get that certification for that module, and we move to next module. But of course, there will be a test, there will be some tasks. It's not like you just joined the course and we simply give you certification. That's not how it works. You should have a minimum attendance criteria, and then you should also finish all the tasks, because we'll give you some tasks, some practices, and then finally we will also have a test, and then you will get the certification. So you should properly finish the course. Otherwise, it becomes like we are just distributing the certifications. So, but yeah, so to answer your question, so you can ask the second question.
And when will we receive the links for the tomorrow classes?
So the link, you mean, you're asking?
Tomorrow class online link.
Yeah, 5 p.m. IST. So you will receive. You are already part of the group, right? WhatsApp group.
Yeah, manual and both
Yeah.
automation and manual. So
Yes. Yes. So what we did, we created a separate WhatsApp group for those who already paid. There are, I think, around 10 people who already paid. So you will receive the link directly in that group. You will also start receiving emails starting from tomorrow to your email about the updates, upcoming session details, and after the session is finished with the recording links, you will get access to Google Drive. So every day in WhatsApp and to your email, you will get all the information.
yeah, okay.
Yeah. Expect a mail and a message in WhatsApp tomorrow morning.
Okay, thanks.
Yes, okay. Bhuvaneshwari B, I will allow you to talk next. Yes, Bhuvaneshwari. Okay, then I will, Bhuvaneshwari, I allowed you to talk. You can unmute and ask question. Okay, I will go and check in the chat. Jostna, what is the scope of jobs in the financial institutions? Do they use testing like in JP Morgan, Chase, Wells Fargo, etc.? Yes, every single company, software company, uses software testing, and they need software testers. JP Morgan, Wells Fargo. Just now, what you can do, and this is actually a very good way of focusing a particular domain. Even during your sessions, also, maybe you can request from Vikas one project on fintech domain or one banking domain. I can also help you with a couple of projects which you can do by yourself after finishing software testing course using some fintech domains and banking domains. There are many demo portals, websites available where you can write test cases, bug reports, etc., and also get the knowledge of the terminology. It is a good strategy, especially those who are coming from completely non-IT and non-tech background. if you're coming from a finance background or some HR background or some other backgrounds, like not related to tech, what you can do, you can aim for the software companies working in your specific domain, like how Josna is looking for financial institutions. So you can apply for the jobs in their IT department, the software testing jobs in their IT department. So your profile will stand out compared to a typical software computer science graduate profile, because you not only have the skills to do the job, but you also have the domain expertise, maybe because of your education or your past working experience or your master's subject, etc. So this is a very good combination for the companies. A lot of people think that you need a computer science degree or you need to have a tech background. That is good, but more than that, the domain knowledge is preferred, because these tools, technologies can be learnt very easily. The domain knowledge is something which you have worked for years. Like if you did some graduation or post graduation in like finance related thing, that adds more value compared to a typical computer science degree. So keep that in mind. Yes, you can, to answer your question, it's yes, and it's also very good in a way. Okay, so Bhuvaneshwari is asking what is the duration of the course. The duration is manual testing, 2 months, including both software testing fundamentals and API testing. Automation testing is also around 2 months, including JavaScript and Playwright. So overall, it is 4 months. After 4 months, you will get 1 month extra support if you want to practice, learn more. If you have any doubts, clarification, etc., you can ask, and you will be in the group for the rest of the life until you leave the group. You can always ask questions, and you will have someone to help you. You will also make new friends, which are like-minded people who are also learning software testing with you. You all can also meet and stay in the group. But overall 4 months minimum, 5 months maximum. So in 5 months you will become a very good software testing professional without a question. You Lakshmi Kavya is asking, hi, I am Kavya from India. I want to join this course and want to know the fee structure and the details about how to join. And I think Kalpana also asked what is the fee details for manual testing. I shared the link in the chat, the Stockholm IT Academy link in the chat. The fee for manual testing alone is 149 euros and the automation testing is 199 euros. But if you take both, it is 299 euros together. And the timings are same, like 5 p.m. IST is the timing. I'm sharing the website link again. All you have, if anyone wants to pay using phone pay, you can reach out to our course coordinator Haindavi, or I will also share one link, one WhatsApp, our business WhatsApp link in the chat. You can pay using WhatsApp. You will pay the same amount. We'll just convert into euros. You will get the phone pay payment link in the chat directly. Let me share the link. 723. I think a couple of people reached out regarding the phone pay. Yeah, so this is the business WhatsApp I've shared in the chat. Make sure to add it with country code and reach out to them. Either our course coordinator or me or someone will help you with the phone pay payment link. Yes. And there is no other way. You just have to pay using the website or using our the business WhatsApp, and that's it. And you will be added into our separate WhatsApp groups we created for those. And after that, the journey starts. There is no other process. Okay, so Bhuvaneshwar is asking, I will not be able to join 5 p.m. every day. Will I get the recording sessions so that I can go through the recording and learn? We will record. We will also give you access to entire recording and study material base. But as a mentor, see, we can already so we have been running the software testing training sessions for almost 5 years, 5.5 years. We have so many recordings. We can just give you the recordings, or we can create a recording course, and then just sell it. But we know what works efficiently is live interactive session, because you listen to your mentor and you follow a regular routine, a proper structured learning, and whatever the questions you have, you will ask the questions and get clarified. And you will also do some activities, tasks, and assignments. So that is a proper way of learning if you want to get a job and if you want to work after getting a job. That's why we prefer live interactive sessions more. And unlike these webinars, which are actually one-way webinars, the sessions will be very interactive. So you will be in a meeting. You can directly talk to, because you can unmute, ask questions, and interrupt, etc., etc. So I strongly recommend that. But it is not possible to attend every single day, especially if you have a family. We understand that. You will always get the recordings, but I recommend try to join as much as possible the live interactive sessions. Only if you miss, go and watch the recording and then sync with the ongoing sessions and come back and join again. But don't miss the touch. That's what I recommend, Bhuvaneshwari. But yes, you will get the recordings always. Currently, I'm working in banking domain as a performance tester. Is there any training in performance testing as well? Um, so Vikas will also teach JMeter and some other performance testing tools. But for now, the scope is only manual testing and automation testing. When we launch performance testing, we will inform Sai Prasanna. Yes. Did I miss any questions? Let me check the question and answer section. Do we have any trainings after the one that's going to start tomorrow? We will have, but right now we can't give any dates or we can't guarantee. The sessions will start tomorrow, Monday to Friday. And then some people requested some Pongal break, so they will get the recordings, whatever the sessions start from tomorrow, and they are joining from 19th. That is also fine. But the next upcoming batches and other trainings, at least on software testing, there is no guarantee for next 3-4 months. So even if you have some busy schedule for next 1 week or 2 weeks, I recommend you to already join, because you will anyways get recordings. You can catch up one weekend. We will go slow at the beginning because there will be absolute beginners. So for them, it will take some time to actually onboard. There is a lot of terminology, new terminology, to process all the information and to settle down. We'll go one week anyway slow. Those who join from next week after Pongal holidays can actually catch up in one weekend and then just follow along. So there is no need to wait too long. And also it's not like a school which takes full time. It is just 1.5 to 2 hours per day maximum. So you can pull the time if you want. You can always pull the time. Trust me, you can always pull the time if you want 1.5 to 2 hours for anything, provided how important it is for you. Okay. I think in the question and answers also, all the questions are covered. Questions related to fee, questions related to domain specific, and then the duration of the course. And yeah, so yes, all the questions are answered. In the chat, there are new messages. Any weekend batch is available? No, unfortunately, weekend batch is not available. Only weekday batches. The problem with weekend batches is we have to make it very intense for 2 days. We have to take very long sessions, like 2 to 3 hours per day, which is also good for working professionals, because working professionals can cope up with that intense schedule. Uh, but for absolute beginners and other people like career switchers and others, that model is not good. Daily 1 to 2 hours of training with some practicals and some doubts clarifying session is very good for career switchers, beginners, and those who wants to enter into tech, and also those who wants to upskill as well. Like a lot of people are working on software testing already, but they don't know API testing with Postman. They also don't know automation testing at all. For them, this model is very good. They can learn in a slow and steady pace, and then can really apply the skills that they learned. Okay. I think that's all for today. Okay, sorry. I think Kalpana asked at the very beginning. I said I will give a detailed answers at the end. So, hi, I'm Kalpana. I'm a BTech graduate in 2011. After that, I got married. Now I want to restart my career. Is it possible to start my career as a manual tester? Please help me. So if you ask me, is it possible? I can 100% confidently say, yes, it is possible. It is possible to do not only software testing career, but anything at any point of time in the life. We don't have to worry about the past. The past may have like our educational qualifications, career breaks, other stuff, personal stuff that has we have been through in life. You can keep everything at the back of your life and move forward. You can do anything at any point of time. There is no doubt about it. You just have to believe in yourself. That's it. That is the primary thing. When it comes to practicality, I can say in Sweden we helped so many people who are in their 40s, who have grown up kids, who never worked. So we helped them in getting jobs in Sweden. So in practically also I can say that yes, it is possible. But the one thing that I've observed in my mentoring experience is a lot of people spend too much time thinking, planning, but they don't take any action. There is zero action, literally zero action. People keep on planning, thinking, waiting for that perfect time, perfect moment, perfect course, perfect program. So there is so much planning. But when it comes to action, zero action. People, so it's practically, literally not possible to find one single course program that can change your entire life. It's impossible. You have to take one step, you have to do it. You can't max out everything from everywhere, but you can definitely connect the dots. For example, you learn communication skills from somewhere, you learn technical skills somewhere, and while you have these communication skills, technical skills, you might be doing some networking. You go there, you tell someone, okay, what are you doing? I'm learning software testing. Then they say, hey, I have my friend, who has a reference in their company. So that's how it works. But if you just sit at home, if you keep on planning everything in your head, thinking, and waiting for some miracle to happen, nothing will happen. Most of the people who got jobs, especially the career who have career breaks and then switching careers, they got jobs by their friends' references. Their friends could have referred them a decade ago, but why they referred now? Because now they are doing something. That means they're serious. Okay, they've joined some course and they're learning, they're attending events, they're doing some tasks, they have exams. So whenever they speak to them, they know that okay, these people are doing something. That's how they get to know. Then they say, okay, I remember you are doing this, and I have a friend, or in our company we have some opening. Why don't you apply? So that's how it works. When you start taking action, then your environment will start changing, and your surroundings will start changing. You might be surprised to learn the fact that people next to you may be able to help you in getting the job or whatever the goal it is. It is applicable to everything, not just this software testing. In general, in life, it is applicable to everything. The moment you start taking action, things start changing, and the more you put your time and efforts, the more the positivity will start coming into your life. Yes. So, Kalpana, to answer your question, you can always do it. I, as I said to Shilpa, I recommend you to take a chance. Um, if you haven't worked for a long time and you have skills, if you think you can put some 2 to 3 hours per day, take a chance rather than planning too much. Just start with manual testing. I can promise you can never regret by learning something new and trying something new. Okay, looks like we have a couple of new questions. Do we have any demo class? Okay, today is mostly the introductory session. Regarding the demo class, we are planning to have some initial sessions. You will get a mail, Lavanya. As you register to this webinar, you will get an email regarding the same. No, Kishore. Kishore is asking, can we join either 9 a.m. or 5 p.m.? For now, we are fixing only 5 p.m. IST. You can only join that. If there is any other alternative time available, we will let you know. But for now, only 5 p.m. IST. If because of any reasons, if you miss a session, you can always get the recording and catch up. You will get the recording almost on the same day. As soon as the class is finished, within 1 hour, you will get the recording. Okay. So we also have one more session in 1.5 hour, 8 p.m. IST, 3:30 p.m. CET. That is about professional development. There will be no technical discussion in that webinar. I will take that session. It's completely about professional development, where we discuss about the soft skills required to get a job. It is super helpful for anyone, anywhere in the world, especially if you are living abroad, because compared to getting a job in India and other Asian countries, excluding China, because I have no idea about Chinese job market. But I know how it works in other Asian countries. Compared to getting a job there, getting a job in US, UK, Europe, all European countries, more or less, and Canada, Australia, it's a bit different. The interview process is a bit different, and the resumes for style you use is different. The interview questions that are used are different. Mostly in India, it will be technical Q&A. Most of the interviews are technical Q&A. If you manage to answer all the technical questions, you will have a job. You'll have multiple jobs, not just one job. But in Western countries, it will be technical plus behavioral. Sometimes there is more stress on behavioral aspects, the HR typical questions. So we'll also cover all those aspects, and we'll also learn the salary negotiation part and etc. The other stuff. That session will happen in 1.5 hours. So if you received a mail, you will have a registration link there. You can also join. It will also be broadcasted live on Instagram as well. I assume all the questions were answered, so we can wrap up this session. Once again, I would like to thank Vikas for a very detailed and amazing walkthrough. Not only this session, previously we had separate walkthrough sessions for both manual testing and automation testing. Once again, I recommend you to go to our Instagram and watch the testimonials if you want to know what people felt by attending Vikas trainings. So there is a super good feedback. And I also recommend everyone to, if you are considering, just don't overthink, just start from tomorrow. If you make the payment, we will add you today itself, mostly 99% in the groups, because we will start sending links and other stuff starting from tomorrow morning. If you're not added today, just wait tomorrow till lunchtime, Indian lunchtime, which is our morning working times in Europe. You will be added by that time. Yes. See you all soon in the real trainings. Have a nice day. Bye bye.
Thank you, Jagdish. Bye.
Yep. Bye bye.